Hi everyone, Bernard here on behalf of MovieGameNostalgia.com with a little movie review as I'm recording this on the week commencing the 20th of July 2020. It's available to stream at the moment, so it's a little film called Ghosts of War. Please, if you're new to the little channel, please push that subscribe button, push the notification so you know these little movie review logs, TV drama reviews, poster reviews, information vlogs are out and everything like that. So please, if you can do that, and tell your friends as well. So if you enjoy this, yeah, Ghosts of War, not to be confused with a Korean Ghosts of War that came out 3 or 4 years ago. Although it's a similar sort of theme, obviously Ghosts and War. Yeah, I mean it probably is, isn't it? And is it R Troop or R Type was the original Korean thing that obviously there was the Korean Ghosts of War was based on. But it's not to be confused with that. It's something totally different. It's an 18 certificate, so it's at the very highest level rating as far as the UK is concerned. An hour and 34 minutes, horror thriller stroke war movie, and it follows 5 battle-hardened American soldiers assigned to hold a French chateau near the end of World War II, formerly occupied by the Nazi High Command. This unexpected respite quickly descends into madness when they encounter a supernatural enemy far more terrifying than anything seen on the battlefield. It's directed and written by Eric Bress, better known for one of my favourite films back in the day, a few years ago now, Butterfly Effect. I did enjoy that film, directed and written by that gentleman. It stars, again, not familiar faces with me. You might be more familiar if you're in the US or outside of the UK. Brenton Thwaites, Theo Rossi, Kyle Galliner, and there's a little cameo from a gentleman called Billy Zane as well. It's always good to watch Billy Zane. Well, how's it rating? Well, the Metascore, there's no Rotten Tomatoes information on this as I'm recording this, but as I'm recording, the Metascore, which is the critics, is just 38%, and it scores anywhere between 25% and 75%. One of the people who like it, Roger Ebert, .com, obviously Nick Allen, RogerEbert.com's Nick Allen liked it. He gave it 75% and wrote, "One of Bress's greatest strokes comes with casting. He's collected 5 faces you might recognise from younger, more innocent roles, and who are compelling to see here as men who have matured rapidly due to the wartime experiences eating them away." So he enjoyed it, 75%. But Movie Nation's Roger Moore only give it 25%. It's a mediocre mashup of genres that leaves no cliche unspoken, no horror trope unturned. Internet Movie Database, Joe Public. Well, we've got 200 reviews as I'm doing this. And it's only getting a 5.2, so a little bit below a watchable rating. Some of the comments, intriguing start, but fizzles out completely. Yep, I can't go far wrong with that one. I guess this was supposed to be a scary version of Source Code, but it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously links to that sort of film, Source Code, if you enjoy Source Code. I mean, there's a little homage to that within this little film. Watch the train wreck unfold. Yeah, I know what they're saying there. Cheap looking mediocrity. That's a bit harsh. I thought it looked okay. I thought the cinematography was quite good. Slow start but brilliant end. So there's someone who's slow start with a brilliant end as opposed to a rubbishy ending. Yeah, I mean, the guy who commented on cheap looking mediocrity was Kerry Joe on the 17th of July and only scored it 3 out of 10. He wrote, or she wrote, I don't know which, man or a woman, this is on IMDB, "I was anxiously waiting for this horror flick, especially in these hard times when you aren't overwhelmed by movies, but it turned out this was a huge mistake. Since Butterfly Effect, it looks like Eric Bress has forgotten how to direct a good film. His latest flick is filled with poor and lame visual effects. The ghosts are not scary whatsoever. In addition to this, there is no atmosphere and tension in the sequences. Last but not least, the plot itself is a complete mess. The design of the manor and the production design is nothing extraordinary, to say the least. In some cases, it looks pretty bad and cheap looking. Eric Bress doesn't have the slightest idea how to direct a decent horror movie. The twist in the end makes no sense. It's quite ludicrous and eventually makes this flick far worse than I expected." On a positive side, we've got to balance that out, haven't we? We've got an 8 out of 10 from Ops. 52535 on the 7th, again the same day, 17th of July. This is a horror, mysterious and psychological wartime drama. There are slash and some gore, summary executions and a heckler gun full of ominous creatures making life in the Hall of Heavens a purgatory and to hell. It just sounds good, doesn't it? Make me wish I wanted to watch it again now. It's a film with extreme shifting pace, intensity and scare factor. You might know what happens, but it scares out your fecalea because it's so intense at times. I have no idea what that means. E.g. double scare and triple scares. The acting is not so much above average, but the special effects in the haunted house are brilliant. Production wise, it's an okay film. Could have been some better sound work, but all else, it's a PTSD. This is the most exciting and feel the ghost devil's claw in the neck feeling the grumpy old man have had lately. It has some burnt and Ernie does a tulip and twist in the end, but tries to pretend, I mean, I don't know who wrote this, but tries to pretend that I'm sure a sequel will come. It's simple to say it's a recommend, and that's a guy who liked it. I mean, there's a possibility he was connected with the film. I mean, he's certainly not English from his language there, but as I say, there weren't many positive reviews, and that was only one of them. My little movie game nostalgia review. Yeah, it falls a bit in between the good and the bad, really. I mean, it's such a mishmash of a movie. It did have lots of potential. I mean, you could see. I mean, when it started, it was slow to start, but you could see very early doors. Obviously, there's something wrong with this, and this this big house, this chateau they were staying in, and it seemed to have a lot of potential in it. But as I said, it never really sort of hit the hand. There was odd things, odd sequences, odd scenes that were really good. But overall, it just lacking something. It's also had a bit of an Outer Limits feel to it, you know, but never quite hits the high of a really good Outer Limits episode, etc. And obviously, the reviewer who said the ending was brilliant. The ending was brilliant. If it wasn't an ending, that's the thing. The trouble is, it was an ending. If it carried on after the ending, then fair enough. It might have progressed, and we might have learned a little bit more. But no, the ending sort of ruined it for me personally. Anyway, the cast was good. I mean, as I say, I don't really know the actors. The cast was really good. And the characters are played were okay. We get to know a little bit about them, which is good. You sort of invest in the characters. So, yeah, I mean, looking at the plot and looking at what happened in it, I mean, it could have been Butterfly Effect meets 13 Ghosts meets Death Watch. I mean, it could have been that sort of conglomeration of films, and it would have been a wonderful film. It would have been fantastic. Unfortunately, it sort of misses on all those marks, on all those films, etc. It doesn't quite sort of match up to the level of any of those three films I've just mentioned, in my opinion, anyway. And you know, obviously, a couple of those are not the greatest films; they're just okay films. So my little rating, MGM rating. I'm gonna do that mark where I wouldn't put you off watching it. And as I said, you might like it, but you may possibly be disappointed like I was in the end. I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10, which is not a watchable rating, but it's one of those ratings where I wouldn't put you off sitting down and watching. Say it's not overly long, so you won't have long to suffer anyway. So that's a 5.5 out of 10 for what's it called now? Got the title, Ghosts of War. That's it, Ghosts of War. And the poster, yeah, look at the poster. I like the poster. I do like the poster. That's one of the best posters I've seen quite recently, actually, with the chateau and the soldiers. I think those soldiers are quite impressive at the top. And then obviously you've got the little ghosts in the middle. It's not giving too much away. It's called Ghosts of War after all. So yeah, I quite like the tagline. It's all right. I mean, you can't hide from yourself. It's a bit of a rubbishy tagline, but I do like the poster. I'm going to give the poster a good win today, actually. I'm going to give the poster a 7 out of 10 because that's one I'd gladly hang on my man cave, my office, or wherever if we had the opportunity. So yeah, I'm going to give the poster a 7 out of 10, which beats the film's 5.5. Actually, it hammers the film's 5.5 out of 10, doesn't it? Anyway, let me know in the comments if you get to watch this or you've seen it and what you thought of this Ghosts of War. As I say, it's Such a shame. A lot of potential, but it just sort of misses out, in my opinion. But say that's just my opinion, and we're all, you know, obviously that guy that I quoted before, he can't speak English, but obviously he was enthused about it, wasn't he? But there you go. It could have been. It could have been. So it was so close to being a really, really good film. It's such a shame that they didn't perhaps work on a couple of the edits on the script weren't quite right, in my opinion. Anyway, please check all my little links on screen now for various things. If you're not onto Twitter, you're not into Twitter, you're more into Facebook. I don't post as much on Facebook, but I do put stuff on there. So if you look for Bernard Deneen and give me a follow on there, I'll follow you back on there as well. So that's Facebook. So that's sorted. And please, if you've any sort of interest in old DVDs, movie posters from the 90s and 2000s, or board games, have a quick look at my website, moviegamenostalgia.com. And even if you have a look round, it's good for me anyway. It's good for footfall. You don't have to buy anything. It's good for my Google Analytics and getting up that ladder on Google searches, etc. So if you can have spare a couple of minutes on there, thumbs up to you. Anyway, thanks for watching today. Please, hopefully you'll join me again very, very soon for another little movie review, TV drama review, information vlog, or quiz even. It might even be a quiz. We do quizzes from time to time as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me. We're going to do the rest today. Have a great one. Look after yourself. Look after your friends. Look after your family. And let's all look after each other. And hopefully you'll join me again for another little vlog very, very soon. This is Bernard saying goodbye for now. Bye-bye.